Hello, everybody. This is Tetris the Grandmaster. There is not really that much to explain. It's Tetris, but I will talk you through it as we get to it. I'm going to start this run in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So Tetris the Grandmaster is a Japanese arcade version of Tetris. It came out in the 90s. For many, many years, it was somewhat inaccessible because it was only in the arcades. There wasn't any home version of it. Just within the last couple of years, though, the first 2 games in the series have been released on PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. So this is absolutely the best time in pretty much since the game came out to get into the games. This version of Tetris is really cool. You can see it's pretty fast. The pieces move really quickly. One thing that you may notice, it's not super apparent in the early parts of the game where the gravity is pretty low, but when you rotate the pieces, they kind of maintain their bottom, so it's like they're rolling across like a floor. If you could imagine like the pieces kind of like being contained in a box, they're rolling across the floor of that box. This means that at higher speeds, the pieces are going to just sort of like maneuver over terrain relatively easily. And as we get into higher speeds, that will be more relevant. In this early part of the game, because this first game doesn't have any hard drop, you need to actually like push the pieces down all the way. And as a result of that, you are wasting time every moment that you're spent, just holding down to push the pieces down. So I try to build the well fairly high so that the pieces don't need to travel as far down. That was a little higher than I would like to be on a no reset run. Usually, if I'm trying to just like get a run done, I'd like to be at about half screen height for the most part. But for like a PB attempt, if you watch like a really high level gameplay of Tetris, you will see them just like up at the absolute top of the screen. You'll hear like the beeps, the warnings all the time. It's kind of funny. But yeah, so a little high again. Okay, let's just take that Tetris. Oh, 2 line pieces in a row. This game is being so nice to me right now. I must know that I'm at SGDQ. So another thing is that every line clear, you can see that there's like an animation that plays. It's relatively long. It's like 2/3 of a second or so. And I kind of think of that as like the unskippable cutscene of this game every time you get a line clear. And so you want to try and make sure that you're clearing as many Tetrises or triples as you can, just to like make sure that you're not spending as much time watching that line clear animation, just because the time that it takes for the line clear to play doesn't change depending on how many lines that you clear, but you clear more lines. I should also explain the level system. So you can see that we're on level 209 right now. There at the bottom, 210, 211. So you get a level every single time you clear a line, and also every time you place a piece. The overall goal of the game is to get to level 999. There's a few other mechanics there, but they're not really worth getting into unless you're playing yourself. The point is, you want to get to level 999 within a certain time threshold. The overall time threshold is 13 minutes, 30 seconds. Along the way to that point, there are a few like checkpoints, basically, where it checks to see if you've gotten so-and-so far in the game within a certain amount of time. So the very first one that's going to be coming up is level 300, which we're going to need to reach in under, I believe it's 4 minutes, 15 seconds or something like that. Which you can see that we're like pretty easily on pace to get. That first checkpoint is kind of not super relevant for getting a Grandmaster grade, which is the overall goal of the game. There are also grade checkpoints. So you can see at the top left corner, I have an S1 right now. The S1 is the first grade that's like, well, it went from like 9 to 1, and now it's at S1. It's going to go up past 9. Let me just word it that way. And so once you get S9, the next grade won't come until you actually finish the game. And if you've met all the time requirements, then you'll get the Grandmaster grade, which hopefully I can show off for everybody here today.
So far, so good. Can we get a quick donation in for you?
By all means.
Wonderful. We have $9 from Metroid Fan 182 that says, the thing you need to know about TGM players is that none of us can read, which is why Charlotte makes us attend Tetris Book Club every Thursday. It's been real helpful. Thank you so much, Metroid Fan.
Thank you, Metroid Fan. Shout out to the Tetris Book Club. We read Tetris literature, fine Tetris literature from all of the best Tetris literature repositories online. We study them very closely. But yeah, so we've passed level 300. The next gate that we're going to be trying to pass is at level 500. We're going to need a grade of S4, and we're going to need to do that in under 7 minutes, and I think it's 30 seconds. That one is a little bit trickier. You can definitely fail that on an otherwise decent run. But right now I'm on a fairly decent pace. I'm on an S3 going into level 400. So generally that's about the pace you want to see. I'm going to have to just kind of cover that level right now. I don't have a great immediate solve. One thing that's kind of nice about the way that the pieces work in this game is that if you cover your well and then you just kind of like get that garbage to the bottom, as long as it's not too much garbage, you can kind of just ignore it for a while. Because the amount of time that it would take to like clear those lines, just going out of your way to clear lines and like not stacking, would sort of cost you a lot of time. But if you just...
I'm so sorry. I'm going to break in really quickly because we have a $5,000 donation from Fangamer.
Thank you, Fangamer.
It says, hey everybody, Fangamer here. Thank you to everyone shopping the Fangamer SGDQ 2024 collection, where 100% of the profits from sales go to GDQ merch directly supports MSF's humanitarian mission. Your purchases makes these donations possible. We'll be taking orders through the end of the event. Check out the full lineup at fangamer.com/GDQ. Thank you so much, Fangamer.
Okay, the line piece came. Oh no! All right, so bit of a situation right now, but we have made the grade requirement for level 500, as well as the time requirement. So we are still on GM pace, so this is a bit of a rough situation. If you have more donations right now, I'm going to try and focus up.
Oh, we have so many donations coming in. Lots of love from Tetris lovers and the Tetris community alike. We have $50 from Anonymous that says, let's go TGM. We've got... oh, I'm so sorry?
Oh, no, that's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I don't really have time to do another full run, given... the time, the estimate. So I'm just going to start a 20G mode, which is going to be the same speed as if I had made it all the way to level 500. So I can kind of talk about the 20G mechanics and show that off at least.
Awesome. You've totally got this.
All right. So 20G, if you make it to the whole, make it through the whole game, that was a bit embarrassing, but the rules kind of fundamentally change. So 20G is referring to 20 times standard gravity, basically. And so 1G would be when the pieces are falling 1 row per frame. And so 20G is 20 rows per frame. And for the eagle eye, you'll count that there are 20 rows on the board. So the pieces basically just spawn at the bottom. And so there's a few things that are different about this. The main thing, obviously, is that you're not going to be able to just maneuver the pieces willy-nilly wherever you want super easily. And the big result of that is that you need to be more concerned about the physicality of the pieces. So because the pieces don't go up, they only go down in TGM, you need to make sure that you have a stack that's kind of pyramid shaped. So you want the middle to be the highest point. That way you can sort of slide the pieces down either to the left or to the right and be able to get it to wherever it needs to go.
You have time for a quick donation?
Please do.
We have $20 from Manager that says, this is Manny from the Dread community. You've got this, Charlotte. Line them up Grandmaster style. You're doing it so fabulously. We also have $25 from Lurker Spine that says, it's always amazing to watch top-level Tetris. Good luck, Grandmaster. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those donations.
Yeah, shout outs to the Metroid Dread community. That's sort of the place where I started Tetris Book Club. They've been really supportive, and there's weirdly for this unrelated game, there's a very strong Tetris community there. So if you want a strong Tetris community, maybe think about Metroid Dread.
Time for a few more?
Yeah, please do.
Wonderful. Well, real quick, I wanted to give you an update on that 4-player Lunar Red Dark House incentive. We're already up to $3,976 of the $15,000 needed. That's 26% of the way there for that extra part of Rabbit and Steel, and we definitely want to see that. But in the meantime, we have $10 from Mr. Aardvark that says, "My wife and I love GDQ, and we're hyped for Tetris. Stay safe and beautiful and speedy." We also have $250 from Laptop765. No comment, but thank you so much for your generous donation. We've got $10 from Poetics that says, "I cannot believe the amount of skill required to speedrun Tetris while giving such deep commentary. Keep it up." Charlotte, this commentary is fantastic. Thank you for explaining all of it.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. So some other mechanics that are interesting about Tetris to Grandmaster specifically. There's a system called IRS, where effectively you can initially rotate the piece. That's what IRS stands for, initial rotate system. So if you just hold the rotate button as the piece spawns in, it'll already be rotated, which sounds a little bit useless until you think about the fact that the physicality of the pieces matters so much at 20G. So sometimes, the piece's default spawn location, because in this game the pieces spawn like pointy side down, the default spawn location would kind of get stuck on the terrain in a way that wouldn't allow you to maneuver the piece in a way that you would want to. But if you have the piece rotated already on the first frame, then you'll be able to get it into places that otherwise would be impossible. And it's little things like that that I think make this version of Tetris really special. It's just like everything was really crafted around the idea of like going fast and really being careful about how you stack clean and fast. Perfect. Alrighty. I'm a little sorry that I couldn't finish out a full run, but hopefully this has been a enjoyable showcase of Tetris the Grandmaster. These high speeds are really, really cool. And like I said at the top, this version of Tetris used to be really inaccessible, but now it's available on PS4 and Switch. So never been a better time. There's so many healthy, great Tetris communities online. And it's a really fun version of Tetris. So I think that everybody should definitely give it a shot if you're interested at all in playing Tetris fast, or even just playing like an interesting version of Tetris. The second game in the series has a lot of cool modes. It has like a 2-player mode and like a mode where the pieces like spawn in like weird ways, or like you get weird items throughout the game. So it's a really cool series. I highly recommend it to anybody. And I would like to give a shout out to, again, the Tetris Book Club, the Metroid Dread community, my friends in Michigan and Arizona, and everybody who has supported me on my Tetris journey, as it will. I was very, very bad at Tetris 3 years ago, and now I have a GM grade. So shout outs to my wife, shout outs to my girlfriend, shout outs to all my friends. Been very helpful.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Anything else you want to say? Are we all good to go?
I think we're all good to go.
Well, thank you so much, Charlotte, for that fantastic showcase. I know I learned a lot, and I'm pretty sure our chat and audience learned a whole lot about Tetris, too. Thank you so much. Audience chat, can we get one more hype for Charlotte, please?